EduMatch. It's EduMatch. EduMatch. It's EduMatch. You're at EduMatch. EduMatch. Don't miss EduMatch. Don't miss EduMatch. You're at EduMatch. EduMatch. Don't miss EduMatch. Don't miss EduMatch.
Hey everyone, welcome to EduMatch. Thank you so much for tuning in to our very special episode. We have with us an amazing guest, Dr. Sharon. Welcome, Dr. Sharon.
Hello, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for being here. Like you are amazing. I have to tell you, Dr. Sharon, she is just an awesome individual. I had the pleasure of getting to meet her face to face for the first time in a few months ago. And then after that, I had the pleasure of being on her show, and I am just super excited that she is here today on EduMatch. So thank you so much for being here, Dr. Sharon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let me tell y'all a little bit about this amazing woman right here. So Dr. Sharon Porter resides in the Washington, D.C. area. She's the owner of Perfect Time SHP LLC coaching, consulting, and book publishing firm, founder of the GRIND Entrepreneur Network, host of the I Am Dr. Sharon Show, creator and host of Write the Book Now, Leadership Matters with Dr. Sharon, and the Grind Entrepreneur Network Spotlight podcast. She served as an educator for over 25 years and currently serves as a leadership development coach for novice principals and APs in a large urban district in the DC area. She is a former elementary and middle school principal. So very, very glad to have you here. So we just kind of went through your background, but tell us, what inspired you to go into education?
Well, I will have to say it was actually my fourth grade teacher, Sarah. I had the most amazing fourth grade teacher in North Carolina, and I can remember the exact moment that I sat on the floor while she read Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing by Judy Blume, and I said, I'm going to be a fourth grade teacher. And so that many years ago, it just stuck with me, and I did my student teaching in fourth grade, and my first class was fourth grade. And I eventually moved on, but that's where it all stemmed from, a wonderful fourth grade teacher.
Oh, that is excellent. And I was getting hype over here when you were talking about Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing, because I read that book as well. Like I have an older brother who's 13 years older, and that was one of his in his collection that came down to me. So love that book. So what are some of your educational passions?
Well, I am very passionate about leadership development. That is my heart's work. I've had the blessing to actually do that for the last 5 years in my school district, and it was just a blessing that I was able to connect with that passion. I actually did my dissertation on principal preparation and leadership development. So I am like truly working with my passion from a 9-to-5 perspective, but also as my own business. So I absolutely love it.
Oh, that is awesome. When we get to do what we love, like during the day as well as, at night and on the weekends, it's really a blessing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And your passion is like so real. I see like everything that you do and just like how it all ties together. So absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've written several books. So tell us a little more about the books that you've written and the inspiration that was behind each of those books.
Okay, absolutely. So first of all, I specialize in collaboration projects, and I know you're very familiar with that. I was actually invited to be a part of one about 4 or 5 years ago. And when I tell you it did something to me once that book was published and I got it in the mail, it was like, oh my goodness. And so it was during that time that I truly vowed to myself that I was going to learn how to do that and then open the doors for so many other aspiring authors. And that's really why I do the collaboration projects. And so my first book dealt with assistant principals. It was Next in Line to Lead, the voice of the assistant principal. And so this was actually during the time I was writing my dissertation. And I was doing my research, and I just said, I really want to know what other assistant principals are doing around the country, not just in my school district. And so that's exactly what I did. I put a call out to assistant principals all over who were adamantly seeking for the role of the principalship. And they talked about the things that they were doing to prepare themselves to be next in line to lead. And so it was 9 assistant principals from California, Texas, South Carolina, New Jersey, and Maryland who told their stories of what they were doing to prepare themselves. So that was my first book. My second collaboration was Class of 2017. As I said, I just recently graduated last year in the class of 2017. Yes, and I know you know that all too real. And so I was really excited because it was a struggle. It was a struggle. And I have to say, because I started in a doctoral program actually in 2006 online, and I did not finish. So I went until 2012, 6 years of paying for this and did not get a doctoral degree. I did get an EDS out of it, but not a doctoral degree. So when I went back in 2014 at Howard University and finished 3 years after that, it was such a relief. Yes. And so again, I thought to myself, I know that there are graduates all over this country that had barriers and struggled to get to that graduation day. We need to tell our story. And so we did in 2017. What's next? So that's a heartfelt book because I struggled, to get that EDD. And then my most recent one is Women Who Lead. Extraordinary women with extraordinary achievements. And again, the common thing is leadership. And so here, 21 amazing women really shared their journey of leadership. And again, the obstacles, the barriers, and the challenges that they face getting to their journey. And so those are the recent 3 that I have out.
Wow, that is incredible. I love that. And I love how you were going through something, and when you were going through it, then you enlisted other people to also share their stories too. That is amazing. And I was just feeling you when you were talking about your journey to graduation. I'm the same way, I recently graduated too. So shout out to class of 2017. Yes. Yeah. And the funny part in 2007, and I went straight through, and it took 10 and a half years. 10 and a half years. I wanted to up to the 11, they say the 11th hour, but 11:59, I was like, I'm done. I'm walking away from this. That's it. Somehow, oh my gosh, it is such a struggle. And I have to give a shout out right now to the DocBox group on Voxer, like Shervette Miller Payton, who kind of organized this group for several of us that were going through it. I have to give them a shout out for awesome. Letting me go in there, vent, and just, download, and everything I couldn't say out loud, I could say in that group because that struggle was common and real.
Yes.
But yeah,
awesome.
I love that. I love your books and everything that you're doing. And you're going to be part of the EduMatch EduSnap 18 book.
I'm so excited about that. Yes. So excited to be a part of that.
Yeah, we are super excited to have you. So, real quick, what's your chapter about in that?
So I'm going to be talking about, of course, leadership development and just really, all of the lessons learned, in addition to the passion. I actually work with our new assistant principals in my school district, first and second year. And this is my 5th year doing that. And there are so many things that I've learned from working with them. And, they tell me how much they've learned, but they just don't know I've learned so much. I've now 5 years removed from a school building because I haven't been a principal in 5 years now. And so the longer you go, things change, right? Year by year. And so they are keeping me close to the practice, of what's going on. I also work with first year principals, but for some reason, the APs, that's where my heart is. I just love the aspiration of leadership. And I think new principals are wonderful. But when you are eager and trying to learn as a new administrator, it's just something about that. And so I'm really going to be talking about the lessons learned from my end of it from those new assistant principals. So that will also, again, help assistant principals because from them, once they become principals, I go back to them. What is it that you think you should have, been taught that would have helped you in your first or second year principal? I believe in reflection. And so that's where my lessons come, is from reflecting and talking to others who have walked the walk, and just to bring it back for those who are coming up behind them.
It's EduMatch.
Stay tuned. EduMatch will be right back.
If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. It's either now or never to make your dreams come true. You better wake up and pay attention. Hey everybody, it's Dean from Orlando, Florida, coming to you on Monday, April 2nd, 2018. And I am very excited because today is the official release date of my first solo book titled The Why in You. Journey to the Why in You. I'm very excited that this is available on Amazon in Kindle versions and in paperback. There's your back cover right there. I am so excited because when I think about my journey as an educator, it didn't start yesterday. It started even from an early age. And so this book contains anecdotes, stories about the why in me. And so as you read it, as you pick it up, and I encourage you to do so, I challenge you to consider the why in you, the obstacles, right? That were not always positive. They were not always easy. The journey's never easy, but it is worth it. And there is something positive in every negative if you can just see it. I really do believe that. There is something positive in every obstacle that if you could just see it, it will help you to continue going on that journey as an educator, as an administrator, as a teacher. And so we have a job to do. And so that journey is so important to be embraced. And thank you in advance for checking it out on Amazon. Again, it's The Why in You. You can even type my name in on Amazon. It should pop it right up. You can also go to deangainey.com and find it there. You can click directly on the link and it'll take you to Amazon. Again, thanks in advance for checking it out, and have a great day, as well as identify the why in you.
EduMatch. It's EduMatch.
You are listening to EduMatch.
It's EduMatch.
What advice would you have for anyone who might be watching or listening? And the reason I'm asking this question is that in the EduMatch Voxer group, and there's several people who have either just made the change to assistant principal or have or are looking to make that change. So what kind of advice would you give them?
So I would say, we are, when I say we, my school district, we are fortunate to have programs that assist aspiring leaders. I would just say if you are in an area, whether it's a county or a school who does not have a structured program to help support you in your leadership, you need to be proactive and find a mentor or a coach to help develop you. You cannot just solely depend on where you are. Your principal may not have the will or the skill to help you move forward. And so it's really up to you to find those mentors and coaches yourself if your county does not provide that to you.
I love that. So that is powerful. So definitely finding that mentor, that coach to help prepare you for that role. I love that. I love that. So tell us a little bit about your show. Like, what do you discuss on the I Am Dr. Sharon show, and where can our viewers tune in and find you?
Absolutely. First of all, I love that show. I started January the 7th, 2018, Sarah, and it has been like the light of my year. I love it. And so I focus on educators, authors, and entrepreneurs. I focus on everything that I am, and I highlight them. I am a highlighter. I love featuring amazing people. And so that's what I do. I find educators, authors, and entrepreneurs who are out here making a difference, and I bring them on so that, first of all, they can get exposure to people that they wouldn't necessarily have, but then also really educating and informing the viewers of the information that they are sharing. And so right now it is such a delight. And I also invite community organizations, nonprofits on as well. But the main focus is educators, authors, and entrepreneurs. And it has been a blast. We actually start our second season this Sunday. Our season 2 premiere is this Sunday, and I'm on every Sunday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. That's Eastern time. And you can find us on YouTube Live at youtube.com/VoxWave. And so, and if you forget that, just go to my website, iamdrsharonshow.com, and all the information is there.
Sweet, absolutely. So congratulations to you on the success. Like it's been like viral, and
I love it.
yeah.
I know you.
Absolutely. So so looking forward to season 2. That's going to be excellent. So what other things can we expect to see from you in the future?
Well, I am really on my grind about the books. My next book that's coming out is North Carolina Girls in a Maryland World, another collaboration project. I'm originally from North Carolina, and I'm sure many of you can hear that. But I'm from North Carolina, and we have 6 amazing Carolina girls that relocated to Maryland, and we're talking about it. We're talking about growing up in North Carolina, and then really the big shock that we received when we moved to Maryland. It is a huge difference. And so we all talk about it. A lot of us, half of us have been here over 20 years. And then we have a few people who've only been to Maryland 2 to 3 years. But what resonates through it all, we love our home state of North Carolina, and we're having a ball while we're here in Maryland. And so it's a fun book. So that's coming out. I also I help aspiring authors, again, with the specialty on collaboration projects. So I help them compile anthologies and get those out. My newest one just hit #1 Amazon bestseller. You Don't Know Our Stories, From Trials to Triumph. That was Michelle Hauser. She's the author of that one. So I'm really excited about that. And so I'm just really focusing on that piece of my world right now. I also, the grind is still up and going, and that's just my edupreneurs. That means my educators turn entrepreneurs, where we gather together and support each other. Also, those who are aspiring to become entrepreneurs, because as we talked about earlier in my show, I believe that we are the most talented and multi-skilled individuals out there. And so I want to help our educators create their passion outside of the schoolhouse. And so that's what the Grind Entrepreneur Network is all about.
Oh, we're going to have you back on to talk about all of this. Like this is amazing. So I know that, so Valerie Lewis, I'm going to give her a shout out. I know that she would probably love to connect with you, because, just your passion for the entrepreneurship. So absolutely.
Thank
Wonderful. You. Yeah. Well, thank you. So, so for people who do want to connect with you, then how can they get in touch with you online?
Absolutely. I am Dr. Sharon across all social media platforms, namely Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So it's I am Dr. Sharon. I am Dr. Sharon.
Well, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharon, for taking your time today to chat with us. It's always a pleasure to chat with you. And I really want to get this episode out like now. So so we're it's live on the YouTube Live. So everybody who's watching, check it out on YouTube. It's also going to go up on Facebook, and it'll be out as an audio podcast very, very shortly. Wanted to remind everyone, EdCamp EduMatch is tomorrow, beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern, going till 1 o'clock. So definitely check us out for that. EdCampEduMatch.org, free professional learning day. You bring the topics, you bring the fire, you bring the discussions. And and on Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern, then we are going to have at the ELA lady talking about visual learning. So definitely come back to check that out. Same bad time, same bad channel, podcast with an s.edumatch.org/tweet talk. So everybody take it easy. Have a great Friday.
EduMatch. It's EduMatch. EduMatch.